Hey everybody, it's Barbara Collins with Madre Minutes. I'm so excited to get Madre Minutes going up and going again. It's been 2 years. I have been going through breast cancer treatment and I have spent a lot of time in my backyard, and so I'm just so thankful to be back online, and I thank you for all your prayers and your support. I thank you for just the sweet messages I would get during the 2 years. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Today was my last day for infusion, and I will be on an oral chemo for another 4 years. But I thought it would be a good day today to start Madre Minutes again, since I'm done with treatments and now I'm just on a maintenance. So welcome to My Saving Grace Garden. I had a vision for this garden in the patio, which you'll see on another post. But I had this vision for this garden while I walked around during my treatments, getting healed, and so this is the fruit of all of that. My husband and I had this built, and we're already reaping some of the fruit from it. So I'm so excited. We're going to talk about pruning today. We're going to talk about starting a new thing, which I feel like I have sort of it's a new chapter for the rest of my life. We're going to talk about this book called Start by John Acuff. It's a wonderful book. It's witty. It's great. It's an easy read. It's fun he writes so beautifully, as well as just he hits the nail on the head. It's very real. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to also read a scripture verse in John 15:2. And I'm going to talk about some things that you might like to have when you're outside. One is to have some gloves. You know, I like to have gloves because my hands are really sensitive now. And, you know, I'm sticking my hands in things, and if there's a bug in there that might bite it, it'll bite the glove and not your hand. So I like to have gloves handy. I have them all over the place. Another really good thing to have is your cell phone. You know, something might happen. You might fall. You might get an important phone call from a child. So I like to have my cell phone with me at all times. Another really great thing to have is water. It's really important to stay hydrated while you're outside, especially when it gets hotter. And so if you're sweating a lot, it's great to have water close by. I always wear a hat because I don't like to wear a lot of sunscreen on my face. So I choose to wear a hat, but make sure you have the proper sunscreen. But I also like to get about 20 minutes a day sunshine on about 40% of my body. I think that's really important. It gives me the vitamin K and the vitamin D that I need. So with all that said, let's head into the garden, and we're going to learn a few tips, and I'm going to show you some of the fruit of all this labor. So thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to Madre Minutes, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hey everybody, Madre Minutes here. Today we're going to talk about pruning, and our scripture verse comes from John 15:2, chapter 15, verse 2. And it's about the true vine. And you know, I have to come out here every single day and check on these tomatoes, and check on really the whole garden, and prune away anything that I think that is taking energy away from the fruit. So let's listen to what the scripture verse says. Jesus says, "Every branch in me, every branch in Jesus that does not bear fruit, he takes away." Jesus will take away. So if it's not bearing fruit, it'll either die off, or, you know, he takes it away. And every branch that bears fruit, he also prunes. So it's almost, he's taking it away when it doesn't bear fruit, but he's also taking it away when it does bear fruit. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. So even though he's having to cut away the excess or to prune, he's saying that when we do that in our own personal lives, when we prune those things in our life that don't bear fruit, that when we do that, then we'll bear more fruit. And that's a promise. So I have to come up here, and everywhere there's a split in the road, I trim off these little branches. And if I don't come out here and do that, then the vine gets weighed down. And you know what I discovered yesterday when I gave these bushes a really big haircut yesterday because I'd been away for a while and they needed it. But what I noticed and what I discovered about when I was pruning, that it lets more light in. It lets more light in and it makes it easier to harvest. And you can see the fruit more easily. So when we prune away those things that are not of God or not from God, those character defects, we give it to God and we prune it. We ask Him to prune it away because we can't do it really all by ourselves. We really need help. We need His help. So when we ask Him to prune those things away, guess what people see? They see more fruit. They're able to see fruit. And then you, in turn, end up getting to reap the harvest. So I hope that has spoken to you today, and so thankful that you're here with me in my Saving Grace garden. We're going to do lots of different posts from the garden. I'm treating these tomatoes like a vine, and I'm trimming away as much of the leaves as possible, and I'm winding them around each other, and I'm sending them up this trellis that I made, and using anything in the yard or anything that I can find to help promote growth and promote direction for the growing. And gosh, isn't that what we want from God, is promotion for growth? And this is the recipe right here. The promotion for growth is pruning. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you about this book, John A. Cuff's book called Start. It's such a great book, and it's an easy read. And you know, he impressed upon me that it doesn't have to be, you don't have to start some grandiose thing. And I think the thing that I really like about his writing is he's a really creative person, like myself. Consider myself pretty creative, and he says that you might have multiple passions, which I feel like I do, but I never know which way to go. And so he encourages you to just pick one and go with that and see where it goes, and then move on to the next one if that doesn't go well. But one of the things he did for us at Blistum was he had us write down, and you can do this on an index card, he had us write down some things, some voices that we hear in our head that keep us from starting a new thing. And at the bottom of the card it says nomorevoices.com. And I wrote down some things like cancer, doubt, judging, needing to be heard, feeling out of place. Those are all things that sometimes keep me from following through with starting something or following a passion or doing something that I think, oh, there's just no way I can do that. And so I wanted to read to you a little bit about what he says about starting and the feeling of that it's too late. It's too, you hear things in your head that says, it's too late to change now. You've made so many decisions already. It's too late to fix them and change directions. It's too late to be a good parent. It's too late to go back to school. It's too late to start a new profession. It's too late to be anything but what you already are. In those moments, fear and doubt and shame cripple us. We're so frustrated at ourselves that we give up. And I think the thing that he tells us the most is it's never too late to start. That we can start a new thing right now. So for me to be starting Madre Minutes back up again today, on the last day of my treatment, I feel like it's sort of the last day to start. It's the last day of the start of the rest of my life. I'm just so thankful and grateful for all the things that God has shown me in these last 2 years, and I expect to be shown more. I appreciate your prayers, and I appreciate your just the gift of you being here watching and hopefully learning something and getting to know me a little bit better and getting to know God a lot more. So God bless you, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you right here on Madre Minutes. Bye. I highly recommend getting kisses from the garden too.